Yeah.
Snap and clap.
You know,
My boy Ish wanted that.
Get the snap.
That was a request from the
Right into
people.
the clap,
Come on.
Snap and clap. Sound like a cereal, doesn't it?
It's so nice. We're gonna get that one branded. By the way, Danny Green is here. You were here in the preseason, but officially now.
Yeah.
1-0.
Not a rookie anymore.
In the regular season. By the way, on a night where we saw the Dodgers force a beautiful Game 7 in the World Series with their victory, the Lakers go to 2-0 on this road trip, 3-0 on the road, 4-2 for the season. They had a great second half.
1-0 in cup games.
1-0 in cup games. Thank you, Danny Green.
Yeah.
The second half, they completely turned around. They were plus 19. The defense tightened up. The three ball started to fall, a season-high 13. And the return of Luka Doncic and Marcus Smart, just what they needed. Just provided that extra spark. Big game. And the Lakers look good.
Yeah, it's good to see a team that can handle, pressure and can overcome a deficit and keep their calm and cool and stay on point. And I thought the third quarter, after they went down, I thought that's what they did in the third. The defensive pressure picked up. Marcus Smart, once again, it's just one dive that he did, just kind of turned the defense up a little bit, and I think that's what got them going. Then they started to knock down the three. Luka started distributing the basketball, and they got, again, some good role players. Jake, once again. I thought Marcus Smart coming in, the way he was poised, making some good passes, just kept them under control, and they were able to get back in, and after that, they were able to keep the lead. It's a good win on the road.
I want to give a lot of credit to Jackson Hayes.
Yes.
Stepping up big. DeAndre Ayton, we didn't know what was going on. He didn't come out in the second half, didn't play much in the second half. But he came in, filled that void, and brought energy. We know that the biggest weakness for the Lakers in the last couple of years now has been the third quarter. For them to come in, focus, come out in that second half, having a rough second quarter, and kind of flipping the script and have a totally different story, in the whole second half, and then playing better basketball. That third quarter, which got them back into the game, and then, from there they kind of just kept coasting and playing well. But again, Jackson Hayes brought the energy, but Jake LaRavia played well off the bench. Marcus Smart giving them energy plays. They did all the little things, and of course it was led by Luka, and then AR got a little rhythm in that second half as well. Got a couple to free throw line, a couple of threes to drop. Ended up with his 21, and for today's NBA, I would say low-scoring game, but average-scoring game.
We'll take it.
But we'll take it. It was a good night for them. To get 117, without some guys still missing, in the lineup.
So JJ called him out after that first game to the media about their third quarter.
Yeah.
I know it's only 6 games, but 4 out of the next 5, they've been great in the third outside of that Portland game. So it's nice to see the Lakers coming out of the break with that sense of urgency.
Yeah.
And that was a huge third quarter. They were plus 12 in that third. But we got to start with Luka, guys. Listen, James, this is crazy. Luka Doncic is only the second player in NBA history. The other one was Wilt Chamberlain to start his season first 3 games with 40-plus points. He went for 45, and like Danny said, it was kind of with ease, getting to his spots, scoring when he wanted to. He also had a season-high 12 rebounds and 6 assists.
Yeah, to be mentioned with Wilt and some of those numbers is amazing. But Luka just does it in style. He does it very easily. To me, he never gets to third or fourth gear. He's always in second gear. But Geter has had so much in his toolbox, and when he realizes that, offensive players they can sense when a defensive player really doesn't have a clue. And I think he's so good at taking advantage of that. He's such a smart, intelligent player.
I want to also give some credit to Rui. Rui, even though he didn't get a lot of attempts, he was hustling and rebounding. He got on the board, and there was a big turning point. We knocked down that 1-3. That kind of put them up 10. We just needed 1. And, he didn't take many shots, but he was 2 for 4 for 3. I think he's shooting a pretty high clip from 3 so far to start the season. If he can continue to do that, would love to see him more aggressive, but he made the winning plays down the stretch that we needed him to do, and it was huge.
It's funny, Dan, I asked you in the pregame show, going back to Luka real quick, that, what do you expect? Minutes restriction? Is he going to be a little less maybe attack? Is he going to let the other guys? Listen, he came out a little bit facilitator and then said, okay, I'm going to start cooking. And he's just the same Luka. Yeah, and he had 44. He came out, facilitated a little bit, then he's like, all right, we're not making enough shots. I need to be aggressive. I need to get to the free throw line. And then second half, they really picked it up and got in the right path, right direction, offensively and defensively. So I'm glad you mentioned Jackson Hayes. because for most of the game he was +20. He ended up at +15 because of those last 5 points that they scored. But he was phenomenal in the absence of DeAndre Ayton. Hopefully we'll find out more there. Jake LaRavia as well. The 13 points, the 5 rebounds, the confidence, just on 8 shots as well. He had 2 steals in that first half that I thought were crucial. But big game, I want to talk about Marcus Smart. We have mentioned his impact a lot in the preseason, what we were hoping to see from him, because he had to ramp up and we didn't see him much. We saw him that one game against Sacramento. It was on a Friday night, the last preseason game, and you're like, that's the guy we want. Okay, follow that up. First couple of games, he was great. And then he had a few games where he missed, but now he's back and immediately into that starting lineup. He's a +12, just getting it done, James. 12 points, 5 of 8, 1 for 4 from 3. He had the 4 assists, 3 rebounds, a couple steals. He just does it all.
Yeah, the full plate.
Yes.
You just can't teach experience. And I don't like to make too many comparisons. When you think about what Chris, he just understands how to play the game and he never panics. So when he's on the floor, you feel that calmness. If you're a teammate of his, he keeps you calm. But his tenacity, his effort, his defensive prowess that he loves. And he can score. He went to the cup a couple times, little floaters when we needed a bucket. Just a treat to have him. We've had one other player from the Celtics that I welcomed. It was a Tar Heel, though. Rick Fox.
Rick Fox. Took you a while.
Yeah, and Rondo was good. When they come over and they behave, we like them.
Yeah. I mean, even the play where he had an open 3 at the top of the key in the first half, and he sees DeAndre Ayton with a mismatch on the seal, just dumped it right into him. Danny, I'm sure you played with those types of guys that they understand scenarios, situations. They bring that dog, that tenacity, and they're just winners.
And that was one thing he brought to the Celtics. And he was trying to get Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, taking those young guys under his wing when he was there and get them to understand that. But he's just one of those guys. You talk about his tenacity. He's always been a stat sheet stuffer to me. A risk taker, but he's matured in his tenure. So, usually you would get more bad plays, but he's getting a lot more. Not saying more bad plays than good. He'd always give you more good than bad. But tonight he's giving you way more good plays, way more high IQ, less risk-taking plays where he feeds DeAndre and feed the big man. But yes, he's always been a guy that he's going to give you some rebounds. He might get a foul or 2, offensive foul. He might get a illegal screen or flagrant, but he's going to give you way more good than bad, and he's going to do it in Marcus Smart fashion.
By the way, on a night where he didn't have to take it off because he played 36 minutes, but he allowed everyone else to do something, Austin Reeves, and he had a poor shooting night, he still ends up with 21.
Yeah.
Just 21 in his sleep now. Time to hear from Coach J.J. Redick, brought to you by your Toyota dealers.
Second quarter, it seemed like things got reignited to start the third.
I didn't raise my voice. At least I don't think I did. But it wasn't clean. Not safe for work. But if I had to summarize it, we didn't start the game playing hard. Then we did. We built an 8-point lead. And then they went on a 33-11 run, primarily with 5 guys on the court that just played harder.